So I'm joined by Whitby Town's number 9, just signed a new contract this afternoon. It's Mr. Jacob Hazel. How are you doing, Jake?
Hiya, Paul. Yeah, not too bad, mate. Pleased to get it over the line. And yeah, happy days. Looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, 100%. It's been a while in the making, hasn't it, this contract? And after the start to the season that you've had, I don't think anybody could argue with it, could they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Bully and Nathan came to me, I think after the Prescott game or just before the Prescott game, maybe. So that's like 2-3 months ago nearly now. And just being together, me and the board, and being away games, or some of the board being away, just not being in the same space. But always something I wanted. As soon as I knew that they wanted to give me a new one, I was more than interested in. And yeah, glad to have got it done eventually.
Yeah, because I mean, you look over your start to the season, and you're the only ever present outfield player in the squad at the moment. Played all 28 games so far this season. On the back of that, 21 goals in all competitions, top goal scorer in the Northern Premier League. I mean, it's a hell of a season you're having, Jake.
Yeah, I'm doing all right personally, but I can only do that with the boys, the other 10 and plus 16 other squad members, providing the opportunities for me, grafting, defending for me, allowing us to get those opportunities at the top end of the pitch. So I just want to thank all the boys and the management staff that have helped out with that. And yeah, we're doing all right. And like you say, I've started every game so far. Pride myself on my fitness, and yeah, touch wood, I've been okay with injuries. So yeah, long may that continue.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, some of the goals that we've seen you score this season, Jake, there's been a hell of a selection, shall we say. You're hitting them from 20, 30 yards at times, finishing off some fantastic team moves as well. You mentioned that sort of team spirit there. Just talk to us about how high that is at the moment, because Whitby, obviously we'll talk about Morpeth shortly, but Whitby going into this weekend as the form team in the division. Yeah,
I mean, team spirit is massive at any club, and if you do have 2 or 3 characters who are not willing to put in the hard yards and stuff on the pitch and off the pitch isn't going right, then we've got a group of lads who will pull you up about stuff like that. And I think once you've got senior lads pulling in the right direction, then the younger ones follow, and it's a good recipe for makings of a good season. And I think, you look at Rowe, you look at Blandy, Lewis Hawkins, Gelly, you've got real experienced senior lads there, with a few others. And with that, you mix the younger lads in with that, and the lads who are sort of middle of the road, age-wise, and you've got a real good ingredients for us to push on and do okay, yeah.
And that's a real strong spine to the squad, isn't it, that you've got there? You mentioned the likes of Blandy, Dan Rowe, Lewis Hawkins, Adam Gell, those sort of players. That's, like you said, that is your breeding ground for success, having that spine of the squad and yourself in there leading that.
Yeah, I mean, we have got a very, very strong squad. You've seen when we've been stretched at times this season, player wise. We've had the younger lads come in, Jake Hackett and Colby and a few others who've come in and done really well. Even Jake having to, playing at left back a few games and didn't look out of place. We've got a real togetherness, and like you say, Jake probably got thrown in at the deep end, saying, right, at 1:30 or 2:00, saying, right, you're playing left back today, but he didn't let himself down. He didn't moan about it, and he got on with it and did himself justice. And then, to get the Monday to get left out for Jas coming back in, and no moaning, no groaning, and just got on with it. Whereas maybe at the start of the season we had a few players who were on board with that, but I think now everyone's pulling in the right direction.
It's a real testament to those lads as well that you mentioned there, the likes of Jake Hackett, Colby Shepherd, that, when Whitby have had injury problems, and we've had a couple of spells this season where we have, they've come in and they've done really well. And I mean, they've contributed to this run of form that Whitby are in at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. They're not just, we don't have any squad players. We have a full 16 lads who will all play. And if they come in, they're not letting anybody down. And that's where we're at the moment. We've got a real good like I say, Paul, we've got a real good togetherness, and I think that takes you a long way. Especially when you're only meeting up maybe twice a week, or over Christmas we've only maybe trained once into that. So to have that bond and togetherness, it does take you a long way.
Going into this weekend, then it's a New Year's Day trip to Morpeth Town, and we mentioned Whitby being the form team in the division. Morpeth right up there as well, an equal record in the last 6 games, pretty much. I mean, it's going to make for a cracking game, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be a good game. It's always tough, competitive games against Morpeth. Wherever I've been, even when I was at Frickley at my last club, we always had a few tasty games against them. So yeah, looking forward to it. It's on they've got a new pitch up there, so that'll be something to get us heads round. But we train on that, so not a problem. We've picked up results on that this season when we've gone to Micklehove and a few other places, Baseford. So, we'll be all right. We'll prepare as normal. Lads will look after themselves tonight, and yeah, just go up there and hopefully keep this good run of form going.
Yeah, certainly, because I mean, Morpeth are a side that they didn't start the season particularly well, but seem to have they've come good in the last sort of 15 games or so and started to get themselves back up the table. I mean, you look at the league table there, and it's not really a true reflection of the last 15 games, but it probably is a true reflection of the season for Morpeth.
Yeah, probably so. I mean, I know the manager left just in and around when we played them, just after. At the start of the season. So yeah, it often happens that where a new manager comes in, you see it bigger teams higher up the pyramid, the new manager comes in and teams pick up. Not necessarily changing much, but just I think for lads it maybe gives you a fresh start and something to prove maybe to the new manager. So yeah, they've picked up, and like I say, we owe them for last season at their place in the trophy. And yeah, it'll be another tasty game that we'll look forward to.
And of course, it sets off what is going to be a very tough January for Whitby. There's a lot of games coming up, and there's obviously Senior Cup involvement to factor in as well. So I mean, it'll be good to get the month off to a good start.
Yeah, definitely a lot of games. You'll have seen this week, or maybe in the last few weeks. You're hearing Premier League players and managers complaining about how many games they have to play, but for us at this level, working and then having to go here, there and everywhere to play games on a Tuesday night can't think of anything better, really. So for them to be moaning about it just baffles me a bit. But yeah, we'll want to get the year off to a good start. Like you say, a lot of games, but ones that we'll look forward to, definitely.
We've passed the halfway point of the season now, Jake. Whitby level pegging with Warrington, just looking for that last playoff place as it is. I mean, talk to us about the second half of the season. Obviously, want to keep pushing on and get towards those playoffs. But I mean, as a team and yourself, just talk to us about those aims.
Yeah, I think personally for the season, as well as the rest of the staff and the management, the club probably, the position that we've put ourselves in, we want to be, right in those playoff spots. It'll be a big ask to go for the top spot, but you look at Matlock, who are top of the league at the moment, and we turned them over really when we went down there. So it is very tight. It's all to play for, and you look at the start of the season. If you're looking on paper, who's probably going to be the favourites? You look at South Shields, and we gave a good account of ourselves against them, and they've had a few iffy results recently. So it really is all to play for. But yeah, for us, the minimum will be playoffs. I don't mind putting that pressure on us because that's where we all want to be.
Yeah, and a real togetherness in the squad to get there. I mean, for yourself then, Jake, we spoke about the team's aims. In terms of goal scoring, you've got 21 so far this season. Go on, how many are you looking to get for?
I can't tell you that. But what I do always say is I say 10 before Christmas and I'm happy and I'll take it from there. So to have doubled that, obviously I'm absolutely delighted with that personally. But yeah, I'll let you try and work the math out for yourself there, Paul.
Fair enough, Jake. Fair enough. But yeah, all that's left to be said then is congratulations on the new contract and thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, appreciate that, mate. Thank you.